Alright, how are y'all doing today? So, today I figured that we do something a little bit different, so that I can work on myself and being a little bit quicker with making some beats. And I just kind of want to see how I would do, but today I'm giving myself exactly 1 hour to create a beat, mix it and master it, and then to arrange it. And I'll do this within 1 hour. Normally, my beats take within an hour and a half to 3 hours. So this could be a little bit different. I'm kind of excited. There's not really much else to say except for let's go ahead and get started. And I'll go ahead and talk a little bit through it because I know it's gonna be boring without it. So what I normally do first is I normally take FL keys just to get things started, and then I start messing around with my melody and chord progression. And I actually really like that, surprisingly, because I normally don't get it on my first try. But now I'm going to go ahead and mess with the semitones and octaves just to see if I can find a better pitch that I like. That sounds pretty good to me. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a top melody. And sometimes I like to hum it, just to be a little bit more creative, and so that way I can get like more of a feel for the beat. Alright, so now that the top melody's done, it sounds like this. I think that's pretty smooth, actually, pretty melodic. So now I'm just going to go ahead and copy these right here and drop them an octave down so I get that really full sound. Just like that. But unfortunately, I forgot to do this thing. There we go. And that sounds pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch out the noise. And we're going to go ahead and use Omnisphere because I love this plugin. And I paid good money for this, so I might as well get my use out of it. Now, for piano stuff like this, because it sounds really good with the piano, I always have my go-to thing. And it's in a Space World pack. I just gotta find it. Yeah, Space World. And it's called Hersey. I don't know. But it's such a nice piano. It's a lot of reverb and it sounds really good. It's just super duper clean and it sounds really great. Even like if you add another piano on top of it, it still sounds super clean. And actually I think I'm going to do that, but instead of using that because it's a really shitty piano, we're going to use Analog Lab 4 and find a piano in here, mainly because I don't have Keyscape, which I'm still working on. But no disrespect on this. It still has a lot of really great pianos. Like these are all pianos and it's great. I really like it. But I typically use Large Studio or Small Studio, and every once in a while I use American Int, but those are like the main ones I use. So we'll try the Large Studio first. Yeah, so right off the bat, I can already tell that I like the large studio the best. So we're gonna go ahead and use that one. Just has a lot of really nice highs and lows. So now all we're gonna do is we're gonna keep on adding. Actually, for this now we're gonna go ahead and add a secondary melody, like this structure. Yeah, I really like that one, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. That sounds really good as well, so let's go ahead and take the top melody from Analog Lab and this first Omnisphere. So like this part right here, let's take that off and put that onto its own layer so we won't constantly have to listen to it. So now with this means that we can turn off these and just have the chords. A really nice helpful little tip for like if you're doing like a breakdown or just starting off the melody or like the song and you don't really want to have, you know, this in it. Which, I mean, some people like that. I go back and forth on it, so just depending on how I want to start it and how I'm feeling, we'll find out by the end of this video. So yeah, that sounds really good. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the drums since we only have 45 minutes left. Alright, I think we have enough drums, so we're going to go ahead and add the kicks and the 808s now and see how that comes out. For those of you guys who aren't watching with headphones or anything like that, here is how it actually sounds, like the pattern and the way it's supposed to sound. So let me try going up one more octave. That's all it is. It's really nice and simple, and it sounds good too. So now I'm going to go ahead and incorporate everything else with it, and we have 30 minutes left, so this is a good idea to start mixing and mastering now. Actually, I want to add a snare to make the claps smack a little bit harder. Just like that. And now we'll start mixing and mastering. So the way I do this is I take the main melody, I go here, I put it all here, and then I separate it from the rest of it and call this our melody bus. Put a beautiful little color on it. I'll do this one. And then the same thing goes with the rest of these things. So we'll go ahead and grab all of these. And then, oh shit, I messed that up. Alright, and lastly, take the 808 and we take the kick. We put it here, we separate it again. And we call that the side chain. So then we're going to take all these, route them just to the bus only, and these two to the side chain. The main reason I do this is because, well, it all started because with the side chaining, you can only side chain the 808 to this one thing, so it comes back here, and you side chain the kick to the side chain and as well as the master. But I feel like it makes it easier just to have everything on these separate channels, so I do it this way. But now I'm going to go ahead and take this one and make it to where it goes to the drum bus and the side chain, so technically there'd be like two kicks going at once now. Like if you see, if I just do this one, it goes here and here and it plays both. But if it's just the 808, it only plays in this main one. And now you can hear how much louder it is as well. So now we're going to add a limiter to the side chain. That's not the side chain. Then you're going to go to your compressor, go to your side chain, do the kick, turn up the knee all the way, turn down the threshold. And now you're just going to listen the entire time, and you're going to make it to where your kick is nice and evenly, like with the 808, and it's not too muddy and it's not too loud. It just sounds really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to mix all the rest of it, and then I'll show you guys what I did. By the way, when I master or mix everything, I turn everything down except for like the buses, of course, and the sidechain, because then, I mean, if you turn it up, you won't be able to hear it at all if this is turned all the way down. Yeah. So this needs to be all the way up. All three of these do. And then as I go through these, I just turn these up very little bit until I like how they sound, and you'll see what I do. So now when I play it, you guys can hear every little instrument, everything sounds nice, nothing's too loud, as you can tell right here. What you're listening for is you're listening for the guitar, which you can hear, which is this guy right here. Then you're listening for the little pluck of the really reverby piano, and then you can hear the strumming of this piano right here as well, and this right here as well. But I did forget to come into here and actually strum these. That's how it's supposed to sound. Alright. Now I'm just gonna go mix everything else. Alright, now everything sounds really good, and it sounds like this. now I'm gonna start the mastering project, or part at least, and it's really freaking boring. All I do is I come in here, we single this one out, play it, remove all the lows, well, most of the lows, and some of the highs. Then we go up here. That's all I do, is just EQing. And all I did was I took out some of the lows, a lot of the highs, and I went through and I searched for the frequencies that I don't like, and I didn't like these two. There can be more than two, there can be like 5, 6, 7, there can be a ton of them, but I didn't like these, so I went ahead and got rid of them or brought them down a little bit. And actually I should probably raise the highs a little bit so it gets like that more clean feeling and it's not a whole bunch of lows and reverb. But that's all I'm going to do here, and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done with the EQing. Alright, the EQing is done. It now sounds like this. I did boost a little bit in the 808s, so I do need to turn this down a little bit and turn this down. Alright, and now I'm going to add effects and stuff like that, and then we'll get to the actual finishing mastering that I do, but I'm going to have to make it really quick because we only have 17 minutes left, so here we go. Alright, actually I don't really want to add any more effects because I think it sounds great like that, but all I added was halftime on here. I made it to half loop, so it's the same. So it's the same, and then I dropped the mix down to 20%, and then I added RC20 retro color. I dropped the noise, up the wobble. I added some space and more the magnetic, and then I upped the width, so it is more of like around your head. It's not just directly in front of you. You can get the same effect as the width thing. Like, listen. Alright, you hear, if you're wearing headphones you'll be able to tell, but you can get the same effect by using panning and stuff like that, or like it's panning and reverb together, and it gets a really nice effect like that. But I mean, nothing beats RC20 retro color. So that's why I use it. And now I'm just gonna do this little thing. I have this other plugin called Ozone 9. Some of you guys have probably heard it, some of you probably not. But to keep this short and sweet, I normally go through and I EQ everything myself, and I add dynamics, the maximizer, and just like little things. But they have a thing called the Master Assistant, so I'm going to go ahead and use that because it's really quick and easy. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and add different effects from here, like low end focus and imager, maybe even an exciter. Just so like the low end focus, I make the kicks a bit more punchier. The imager is the same thing, it makes it more like around your head, it's not just directly in front of you. And the exciter, it makes, I don't know, it just makes everything more colorful, I guess is the best way to put it. I do that to my beat every single time, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and talk to you guys in a second. And as you can tell, I'll play it again, but look up at the very top, and it's right next, like you see, or all these things are lighting up. Yeah, look at like right above this area, and you're gonna see, and that's my CPU usage, and it's not happy at all. Normally it doesn't go past 20, but since I'm using so many different plugins, and I'm gonna be adding even more, it's gonna go up, and it has like this little clicking noise in the background, but that doesn't stay in the, like when you export it, it doesn't stay in the song. It's just when you're messing in the DAW. So watch it. Like it even turns like a slight shade of red, and it's not happy at all, right? Which is fine. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. I have to upgrade my not my CPU, but my RAM, and it'll make it a little bit better. But really quickly, I don't need the dynamics right now. So this is what it did to it. I'm gonna mess with this. I'll mess with this, and the maximizer I normally don't touch if I do the master assistant because it does it perfectly, unless I feel like I want it to be a little bit louder, or I feel like I want the threshold to be louder or anything like that. Then I'll mess with it. But for at the moment, we're gonna go ahead and add the low end focus, bring it in front. We're gonna make it a little bit more punchy. I'm gonna do it around 10, and then I up the gain to not even like 1. Like I never go past 1. Like that's already a lot. But now I'm gonna play it and see how it sounds. It's funny because I can't even hear how it sounds. But actually, I think, yeah, it sounds fine. Without the punchiness. I definitely want to add the imager though. It just gives me that little bit extra, and it's really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and that might be the last thing I do because I don't want to overload it and like make my PC freaking blow up, you know. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. And then all we're gonna do now is I'm gonna turn this off for the moment. We're gonna go back here. Okay, and we have 10 minutes to arrange, which is plenty of time. Alright, this is gonna have to work for how this sounds, because I want to add a few more effects to it as well. We have 5 minutes left to finish it up. So I'm not gonna play it for you at the moment. What I'm gonna do though is I'm going to add my tag. Perfect. Alright, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a master. We're gonna go ahead and create automation clip. We're gonna stop. Oh, perfect. We have 10 seconds. So that was making a beat in 1 hour, as you can see right here. Well, it says 1 hour and 2 minutes, but that was just for setup, I'm guessing. I don't know, but you can tell right here. Timer. Boom. We are done. Lovely. Alright, so from this point on, I cannot make any changes. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate all the love and support. If you guys have any ideas on what I should be doing, or if you guys have any thing you guys want to see, just let me know down in the comments. You guys can also let me know, like hit up my DMs on Instagram. If you guys have any, if you guys want to collab at all, if you guys want anything at all, just hit me up in my DMs down in the comments. I'm totally open to everything and anything. So without further ado, here is the song.